okay? I just want you to see this. I don't have to continually teach tithing. Because they will encourage, they'll say to the people that are new, wow, do you know, we're tithing, and this God is doing really good things, and it just builds itself.
Right.
So I could look, one time I had a couple of times where a leader would stop tithing. I would look at the books. But you have to realize that there's something going on in their life. That's why they stopped. Okay, sometimes it's financial problems, whatever it is. So they stop. They shouldn't stop because that's how they get out of debt.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go up to them and I would say, you know, can we have a cup of coffee together? I would take them like to the diner, get them a piece of pie, get them a cup of coffee, kind of relax with them. And then I would say, you know, I noticed you stopped tithing. Isn't it? You know, and I want you to know we're here to help you and pray for you. So I noticed you stopped tithing. Is there something going on in your life? Are you having some really financial problems? And they would say to me, yes, Pastor. How did you know? I said, well, you know, again, I looked at what the tithing was. So I know there's something. See, look, ministry is there to help people. So one of the symptoms of something going wrong in somebody's life is when they stop tithing. Okay, that's a symptom.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would say, well, you know, long conversation, I'm cutting it down. But I would say, do you realize that, you know, tithing is what gets you back out of debt? Yes, I know, Pastor, blah, 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 blah. You know, they would tell me then the whole story. But do you see, my approach was that I loved them and cared for them. And that what they did was not good for them.
Right.
So I would always give them, by the way, if you didn't tithe as a leader, you would not lead. But I would always give them some time. Then I would look at it again. And all the years I pastored, only had to remove one leader one time. But I did have several times where I had to talk to people. So, and I would know what's going on, and I would do it to help people. You have to realize if a leader stops tithing, that influences a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in other words, they can't go up to somebody and say, you know, you really need to tithe. You know, tithing is like the best thing to do because God blesses you. They can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? And if they can't do that anymore, how are you going to help other people? So the foundation, see, the leadership always has to be the best example in every area because they're going to influence the rest of the church. So if they, you know, if they're not influencing the rest of the church, then we're going to have some problems.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to stand up every Sunday and talk about tithing and about money. I want it to occur naturally. So if my leadership is good, and I can tell you I had great leadership. When my leadership was good, they would influence people and talk to new people. Oh, you know, I know, you need to try to start tithing because that God blesses you. Let me tell you what God did for me. See, that would just happen normally. You don't have to preach on tithing all the time. By the way, preaching on tithing all the time is a pain. And if you do preach on tithing, you should never preach